Gotta turn my windows on. Comments. I don't think those work anymore. Okay, let me find y'all. There I am. Okay, I wanted to come on just a hair early, just to make sure this is going to work. And I don't know if it did. Did I go live? Oh, Facebook. Hey Beth, I see you. You're on YouTube. I'm trying to see also if it worked on Facebook. They changed everything. Hey Nancy. Well, I'm thinking Facebook did not work yet again. Okay, I'm seeing only Facebook or YouTube people. Let me put a post in the group to let them know to go to YouTube. All right, and oh wait, Facebook may have been scheduled for 5 o'clock, so we're gonna wait till after 5 and see if Facebook jumps in. In the meantime, I need a Dr. Pepper. It's been a heck of a day. Beth, I've seen a lot of the stuff you've been posting. You've been doing some really cool stuff. So have you, Nancy and Vicki and Edie. So we'll see if at 5 o'clock this pops on. Facebook changed everything. I got people posting in Facebook. Are you live? I am on YouTube. So, while we're waiting, oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's see if this actually worked. I don't think so. I was able to go live in the Slab the Fab group a couple days ago. I got that one fixed. So let me just put, come on over to YouTube for the live. Facebook still isn't working. Okay, that's the best I can do, guys. Yep, it's not working. All right, so we're going to give it a bit because most people go to Facebook first, and then they're going to figure out, we have to go to YouTube. Now I see, that's odd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I see 10 people on. Did it actually work in Facebook? No. Did not. Okay, we're just going to go with it. We may have a much littler group, but that's okay. I'm going to chat for a few minutes to let some people get on. And I want to tell you that tonight I went back to using my Montana leather triple texture because I did something really cool. And it was a total experiment on this. I was testing, we brought out our Curvits, our Curvet Shoppy Shape forms. And hey Kim, hey Melody. And they are so fun and so fantastic. Here's the one we did last week. Those of you that are throwers, you throw this shape all the time. So it's, it's the shape you throw. But for just hand builders, they we couldn't create this shape before. I'm trying to find a template. We couldn't really create this shape. I'm trying to give you a background. So can you see the shape of that roundness? It actually comes out and then curves, which is very hard to do hand rolling. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, Misty. Let's see. Sherry, I've been watching for about a year. You have beautiful stuff. Shara, thank you so much. We work hard at it. We are actually expanding. So these Curvet forms, since we did round last week, I decided I would try something fun. And this week, we're going to use, see that shape? We're going to use the solar oval. And I'm going to use this one, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4 deep. Again, our finger holds. And I'm going to use the 2 deep as well. What do you suppose I'm going to do?
We're not.
Mr. Wilson, you need to go back to your chambers or back to your corner. Here comes the hand, guys. We got to give you we got to keep Mr. Wilson because everybody knows you as Mr. Wilson. But Mr. Wilson always shows this. He always shows the hand. The hand. Okay.
Adam's family.
Huh?
Adam's family.
Oh, the hand is in Adam's family. Well, we're not calling you Adam's family, Mr. Adams. You're Mr. Wilson. Oh, my phone is going bananas. Hold on, I just want to make sure that it didn't accidentally somehow go live and I'm ignoring the people. It did not. I'll play with it some more tonight and figure it out. But for now, we're going to be in YouTube. So how's everybody's week been? It has been crazy here, and it's only day 2 of the week. Anybody that's in or has been in the line of these storms, oh my God, my heart goes out to you guys. We got really lucky. These tornadoes all blew up to the west and north of us, but we thought they were coming. And you know, it's always scarier when you know these storms are going to hit you during the middle of the night. LOL. Melody, what are you LOLing this time? I get the comments, 30, 45 seconds past what I've said. And, I hit that big age last Monday. I turned that, you get the red, white, and blue card now. And I think with that, my memory went out the door. Yay, Cindy, you found us. Awesome. Okay. What time are we? 5:05. Okay. So a couple of announcements. You heard me last week. We are working on launching. Oh, Adam's family hand. Yeah. And we are working on launching our subscription box due to popular request. And I think we've pretty much come up with the Sassy Swoopers. And then kind of the slogan line will be Claymakers Extravaganza or VIP Claymakers Extravaganza. But the box will be called the Sassy Swoopers. And hey, Carla. And as I mentioned, it is going to be all about the experience. Checked Facebook and can't get on. Right, Nancy, I put a post up there. I thought I had it fixed, and it wasn't fixed. I did get the Slab the Fab group fixed. I was able to get live in there. So I will, after the live tonight, I will work on create groups some more. So maybe I can make that work for next week. But this Sassy Swoopers box is going to be all about the experience. You will get some of our product in that box. You will get other products in that box, not just ours. You will probably get a personal item in that box. It will be like Christmas every other month, because we're going to start out every other month because we want to make sure that we get these boxes out within the first few weeks of the live month for them. And you will start seeing links to click on to get on the email list. Not now, not yet. And I can't put you on it manually at this point. So I'm going to work tomorrow on getting posts out with links out where you can start working on getting on the email list. That does not mean that you have to sign up. That just simply means you want to be on the email list, the wait list, to see what it's all about, to get more details. One big detail that I will tell you, and that is each second month, it's every other month. So every other month, the Sassy Swoopers box will be a surprise project box with all the other goodies thrown in. And so if you don't like surprises, then it may not be for you. If you look back at my Christmas in July, which was a surprise project box, and my October surprise project box, you will get somewhat of an idea that I packed those boxes with value way more than the cost of the box. We are going to be putting some items in the boxes that won't be available on the website. They will be exclusive to the boxes. We will be pricing it probably in a couple different tiers, and maybe. And remember, it's every other month. So if you would take the price and divide it in half, because it's not every month like a lot of subscription boxes, it's really one heck of a value. I believe we are going to put a group, a private group for the Sassy Swoopers as well. But that's all in the works, and it's going to take us probably another 30 days to actually get that going. But it is going to be unbelievable what you get, the value you're going to get. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about, let me grab a quick drink. It's been a big day. Let's talk about what we're going to do tonight. I wanted to show you the solar oval curvet shoppy shape forms. And I showed you last week the round one, and I did not use a template. We just put it on and cut around the bottom. So tonight I thought, or today I thought, I would do one with a template. And then I got this harebrained idea, and I'm like, okay, I showed them with a template. Let me show them again without a template to show them how it works. And then I did something else with it, and I'm loving it. So let's get started on the first video. Are we ready? Let's get going. Tonight I'm going to do, that wasn't the right video. How did I do that? Oh, here we go. Today we're going to do a hodgepodge. Oh, let me tell you guys something real quick. I will tell you that when I picked up my mic, I did that actually the other day, and I picked it up and grabbed it around here while I turned the volume down. So I'm going to tell you right now that when we do the videos, you're going to want to turn your sound all the way up. And then when we come back to me live, you'll want to probably turn it down. And you're going to have to listen because my sound was down kind of low on the mic, and there's nothing I can do after the fact to fix that, except to check it a little more often next time. So you may have to turn your sound up for this. Here we go. Today, we're going to do a hodgepodge. Something's echoing. Kind of weird. What is echoing in my ears? Anyway, today we are going to do a hodgepodge of different things. People have been asking me questions. So I'm just going to kind of do a Q&A, so to speak. So I've had questions about how to do our new Curvet form. So I'm going to demo that today. Also, for our 4x4, the block for these Curvets. Now, if you have this one already, you could use that. In fact, let me just put this in and show you. Again, kind of a Q&A today. You know, you don't just shove the pins all the way in. They're designed, the holes in the banding wheel system and our holes in our shoppy shape forms are only so deep for a reason, because they're designed to use with a template. And our templates are 1/4 inch, and then the template on, for both ends. So what I've done is I've created a set of 2 little 4x4 templates that, if you purchase the block, will fit perfect top and bottom, so that your peg will fit perfectly. Boy, that looks like an ice cream sandwich. Ooh. So you don't want to slam your pins in. Now, if you've already got this riser block, you could still get these and use these just like this. You could use these to, let's say you want to use the, see how that'll work just fine. Let me put my other camera on here. Okay, so see how that will work just fine? This way you have a template underneath that is smaller than the outside edge, which will make cutting these a whole lot easier. This one is this tall riser block. If I remember correctly, and I don't think I have a measuring tape in here. I do not. Oh, I do. This one is just 2x2. And this was, kind of one of our newer ones, or first original ones. But if I wanted to do thicker pieces, well, I would probably want a wider base just for a little more stability. So that's why we've created these. These are 4x4, and they're three deep, which is about 2 1/4 inches tall. And again, I can put my pins in, put my block on, and it obviously doesn't matter which side you use. Let me just go it this way. Hold on. I shoved that one in. I didn't mean to. Okay, I do also want to show you, if you get a pin that's too tight, you can't hand pull it out. We do try to fit these pretty tight because, over time, in and out, in and out, in and out, they may tend to widen a little, and we want these to last like a long, long, long time. So if it is a little tight, all you need to do is take a little crescent wrench and just simply grab a hold pinch and just wiggle back and forth, and it'll come right out. So never try to beat these in or anything like that. Always have a template top and bottom. So if I put this in here, oh, I don't want to use this one. I want to use this. So I'm going to put my block in here, and I'll put my pin on the top and put my template on. I don't know why I was there. Put my template on. Now this is just going to give me the base of those templates, and then I can put my form again, these are the new Curvet Shoppy Shape forms. And then when I put my clay, I can go right around the bottom. But what if I decide I do want a template? Well, if I want a template, I just take the top template off. This is our farmhouse template. Put that on. In that case, you would want the brown side up because you want the clay to that side because it releases better. Now, if you forget and turn it over the black side up, is it lost? No, it just means it's going to take longer to release from the back side. So I can put this on, and now I have, what a beautiful bowl, what a beautiful dish. It is even, my camera is just not even to show that that's actually even, but if it was looking straight down on it like I am, it is even. Look at my fingers from, I've been running my machines today, and boy do I get dirty doing that. Okay, so if I want this beautiful bowl with a template, how about we do that today? I'm gonna go get a slab of clay, and I will be right back, and we'll use a template with this, and then we'll do the smaller one without a template so you can see the difference. That's what we'll do today. All right, so for those of you, let me move me over here for a second. For those of you that are either... Okay, I don't know why my videos are out of order, but this is what we're gonna make. Look at this. What do you think of this? Now, I want to show you something. This particular pen has 3 textures. This one, the wave, and the little dots. And I created it where the wave went right down the middle. See that? And if I lift this off with the thing, because it's still not even leather hard, I might break it, but I set it on there this time with dots on one side of the lid and the flowers on the bottom. But let me take this, see if I can get this off. Turn it around very gently. I'm just going to set this on here. And now I've got flowers on one side and dots on the other side. Now I personally like it dots, flowers, but that's just me. Like that. But that's what I made today with these sets of forms. So with that, let's go to the next video. All right. Because I forgot, this is the part that almost gets me. All right. Because I forgot to turn my camera on at the beginning of making that previous plate, I'm not going to remake the whole plate because you've seen me do that. All right. So for those of you, let me move me over here for a second. For those of you that are either A, new to clay, or B, new to my group or channel, or new to hand building clay altogether, always what you do once you've got your slab of clay is you want to take your rib and run right across that in all directions. You want to compress that clay, but you also want to get, I don't know, oops, you can't see it over there. You also want to get any finger marks, any texture marks, any of that stuff. Keep my head out of the way, out of your clay. Now I'm going to very carefully lift straight up and drop that back down with as minimal of bend as possible. I see there's a hair in there. And now I'm going to just do the same thing to this other side. I'm going to compress it. Just like this. Okay. Now, just for fun, I'm going to use texture And I want this texture to be on the outside. I ran a couple posts this week in a couple different groups asking, do you like the texture on the inside or the outside? And general consensus was, because this is a deep bowl, the outside. So we're going to do that just for fun. I'm going to use my pen that was right there and is now gone. I have actually decided that I'm going to use this solar oval Curvet shoppy shape form. And this is an 8-inch, and I'm going to use the 9.5-inch template, the rim template, because I just want a small edge because I'm going to try something. This is an experiment. So, doesn't work out. It was an experiment. And so what I've decided is that I'm going to take my triple texture, my Montana leather triple texture pen, and I'm going to roll this. Oh, let me move out of the way. Let me move over here so you can kind of see this roll. Like that. And I'm going to lift this up. I should have not come quite to the edge like I did, but that's okay. And let me cut off some of the excess over here. All right, so what I have, organize, Sharon. Okay, so what I have is this. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? And then what I need to decide is, how do I want this on here? Try to make it look straighter. Okay, so how do I want this? Do I want my texture, do I want it to divide in half that way? Do I want it to divide in half this way? And remembering that I'm going to attempt something. So what I would attempt, I think I'm going to do it this way, like this. So I'm going to set this down. I kind of am lifting up as I go down. Remember, the texture's on the outside, so I'm not going to be able to press too much. And I need to, like this. So, oh, I got that pretty centered. I want to cut some of this outer stuff off. Just to make it easier. And again, I take this, lift the outside edges up and bring it in. And I want to bring as much excess without going over off. I got my fingers underneath here on the template so that I know where not to cut. Again, fingers on the templates. You don't want to cut through and cut your fingers. I got a lot of excess still that I'm going to cut off. I want to get this down more manageable. Just take little bits at a time. You will be unhappy with yourself if you cut too much off and have to start over. Okay. Now, let me come over here. Now, I'm going to very gently just kind of press in because I've gotten most of the folds out. I'm just using my hands ever so lightly. I'm pressing these in because I do want to come down into the template. And when I press, I kind of press in and up because I don't want to pull these edges to get cracked or cause these edges to get cracked. Now, hold my hand on this and bring it down and up. I think I've done this before where I sounded like we were doing yoga. Down and up, down and up. And I have that template underneath. So I'm using this part of my hand, you can see it's wet from the clay, to come in and kind of press down to where that template is. And I'm just taking my time. I can't use ribs because I ruin my texture. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my feathering tool, and I have this pushed in. Oh, I meant my needle tool, sorry. And I'm going to come in and hit that template and come around. Don't try to be perfect. Once you get the bulk of this off, you can go back around and get the crumbs. You just really want to take your time and get the bulk. When it starts hanging down too much, cut it off and go back in. I am holding with my thumb. I'm holding with my thumb, and my fingers underneath are where that template, and I'm holding that template. That's why we use that riser block, so that I can make sure that's down where it needs to be. There. Because I only want this barely down there. Like that. Just giving it a shape. See how it's just getting the little curled out edge? Now, I do need to go around and get a lot of this excess off, but that's really fast. You just run your needle tool around the outside edge because you can see it now. Stuck my finger in it. I'm trying to get it where you could see. I'm just going around the outside edge though. There we go. Look at that. It just barely curls up on the edge, which is exactly what I wanted to give it a slight shape. Okay. All right. We'll be back. See how easy that is? The key to these is if they fold, the key is using a bigger slab, that's always helpful. Then the folds are way out there, and you lift the clay and press in, and that lays that fold down. Let me go. Okay, so that was working with a template. Now this one is going to show you the difference of no template and how you cut around the bottom. So let's go to that one and see if this one is the right video. This is the part that almost gets me every time. I'm gonna do, nope, that's not it. Let me grab it. I don't know what happened to these. This is the part that almost gets me every time. Oh, it is. I'm gonna do one without a lid, or I mean without a template. I'm gonna use this. And I want it to go, I want the design to go the exact same way. So if I want it to go that way, I need to come here, hopefully, and roll this out yet again. I've already compressed both sides of this. Okay, so hopefully I rolled it to match the correct way. I'm going to cut off some of this out here. I don't know what was on my... All right, so I've cut a strip off. I'm going to set this here right to the side where I can see it so that I know I'm putting this on the same way. And I want this one, I have to think. Okay, so I want it the same way. I've got my piece sitting here like this. So what I need to do is put this like this. I'm going to kind of let this one plop because I don't have a template on, so I can. And that'll make the folds easier. But I'm doing the exact same thing. Lift up and press down. Lift up and press down. Okay. I do want to take a bunch of this off though, as quickly as I can, again. I could bang that down some. And now I'm going to just take my hands and lightly press down and kind of under, because I don't have a template on this one. That way I can see that I'm not getting folds. Look up and make sure I turn it on. And see, I'm just working it with my hands and I'm not sticking my fingers in it. I'm just lightly going underneath with my bottom fingers so that this is smooth. And did I do it? Look at that. I did. Okay. Now normally I would let this get leather hard to cut this, but I'm going to bring my knife into my form, press around with my thumb, and have my form or have my knife right up on the bottom of this Curvet shoppy shape form. And I'm going slow. I do not want to slip a petal and come up and ruin what I have done. I have worked too hard for this. And there is Curvet. And look at this little pillow. Now, if you wanted to put a complete back on this, when this gets leather hard, you could sit this on a flat piece of clay, put this on there, cut around it and attach it and have like a wall hanging, which would be really, really cool. Now, I want to go and see if I missed any big pieces. Do this one more time. See how slow I'm going? I'm trying to keep my head out of the camera. I'm just going slow so that I don't pop off the top. And that's all I got off of there. Oh, I'll end that. Okay. Now, what I'll do is let this set up and this set up. And this is with a template and this is without a template. So there's your differences. And we'll be back to flip these in a little bit. Okay. Let me ask you if you can put in the chat or the comments. That's the one thing I don't like about YouTube is the inability to really do a lot of communicating back and forth. So I have to fix the create group. But put in there, gosh, that made me lose my train of thought. Yes. Well, those textures, that's all one rolling pin. That's all one single rolling pin. So I'm excited about that. And I don't remember what I was going to tell you to put in the chat. It'll come to me. So now while these were drying or setting up, I decided to throw in a little bonus video. Mr. Wilson handed me something today and I wanted to play with it. I'm working on a different project. So let me show you this real quick. Well, just for fun and as an added bonus. Hey, real quick, I remember what I was going to have you put in the chat. I know that I had grabbed my mic and accidentally turned it down. Are you guys able to hear the videos? I know it's a little harder. You have to turn your sound up. But let me know in the messages if you can at least hear what I'm saying. Well, just for fun and as an added bonus, I had a little piece of clay, the leftovers. I wedged it all up and had enough for this. This is our Arizona sunflower, and this is the 8-inch. And so I'm just going to stick this on here, just like that. Make it nice and straight. And then I'm just going to take this little piece of clay I had and play with this. I am going to plop this down pretty good, like that. And then it's not going to take much of anything to put this down. So what I am going to do is grab my fettling knife that tried to hide from me. And right here from the beginning, I'm going to go in and up to the bottom of my form and simply cut around. It doesn't matter if it's sticking up, sticking down. I just want the bulk of this off for this Arizona sunflower. But make sure you keep your fettling knife in far enough that you won't pop up over the form. Okay, now I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to have to trim it down, but for now I'm good. So I'm going to find my little red rib. It's hiding. Oh, here it is. Can you tell I love my little red ribs? I got bunches. Okay, I'm gonna lightly put that in my water, and then I'm just gonna come around and press this in. Now, I'll probably have air bubbles in this clay. I didn't wedge it perfect. But I'm just kind of taking this around and spinning this down, kind of swooping down the sides in a different manner. I do have a pretty good air bubble right there. Maybe that was it. A little one right here, and a little one right there. I'll just knock those out. So again, I'm going to come around, hide where I popped the air bubbles, and then come around and come down the side. Get rid of that air bubble. There. And that's nothing to do with this Arizona sunflower. It's just because I took that leftover clay and just very quickly wedged it and called it good. And it wasn't good. But that's okay. You can get that right out. There. Now, I'm going to come around and get the crumbs off. And now that I've got it stuck down pretty good, I can see the texture on the inside. And that's it. That's ready. I know a lot of you have ordered this. This is the baby. This is the 8-inch. And that's all that it, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Our cottonwoods are blowing cotton everywhere. Our yard looks like it's snowed. My allergies are crazy. All right, I'm going to show you now. I let that set maybe an hour, and then I'm going to show you pulling it off the form and what you get. Wow. Are we ready? I think what I'm going to do is just flip this little sunflower first. I got a little template right here. That's all I need. So I'm going to pop this off, flip it over. See how easy it is when you just use little things? And I'm going to set this up here. My pin stayed, oops. My pin stayed in. So I'm just going to set that right there. And if you just come around and lightly just kind of pop that suction a little bit, like this. I would usually use my plucker doodad, but since my pin's stuck in there, I'm going to be really careful about it, going really slow. See how I'm lightly just lifting, just giving it a chance to unpop. There's a lot of texture down in there. And I don't know if my pin's going to pop out, so I'm just taking my time. And look at that. That is amazing. That is the little 8-inch. Now, what I will do is I'm going to let this set up, and then I'm going to come around with my sponge and clean this top edge. But look at the depth. That's a good sized little dish. And look at that. Look at that texture. It's a two deep. And look at what it gives you. I mean, amazing. So, flipped our little baby sunflower. I have a big one. I have a big one around here. Let me grab it. Hold on. Okay. This one was the 12. This one is the 8. I'm just going to set it right inside there. Look at that. Could you imagine what a gorgeous table setting that's going to be if you wanted to use these as a table setting? I don't know what that is, but it'll come off. Anyway, this was the, actually was at about an 11. And this one is the 8. So there you have it. So that's the little sunflower. The one that I set it inside was the original that I was testing, which wasn't a 12. It was only like an 11. And these come in 8, 10, and 12. So they would nest gorgeously. And we are setting up my spray setup so that I can spray these. I will be using Paula's color concentrates. Paula McCoy from Colors for Earth. I'm going to be using her color concentrates on these and airbrushing, well, the plates over there, and airbrushing these as a set. I will be filming that as well. So let's flip the bottom of this bowl. Are we ready to flip this one? Okay, I'm just again using a small template. Flip this over. I'm just going to set it. That's going to come right down. Now I do want to take my sponge and come around here and clean this up a bit. Remembering I have texture on the bottom side of this. I like to, and I don't want to clean too much because this is still not leather hard yet. But I want to show you what it looks like. All right, so there's that. And this should pop right out. Sometimes I'll take my thumb and just lightly pop the suction. But look at how these pop right out. And look at this. You don't see moisture or anything on it. And I did get a couple little wrinkles right there. But so, it's all right. Where's my little rib? I'll just take my little rib hold my hand against the outside and I'll just get that right out. And that was me just leaving a wrinkle. But look, you can take that right out. I have a wrinkle on this side as well. Be sure you hold your hand on the outside really well. You would really wait till this was leather hard and not do it right now, but I just wanted to show you how easy, if you get a wrinkle, take that right out. Okay, so the rest of this I'm just gonna leave. Whoa, I about knocked this off on me. I'm gonna leave until it gets dry. But look at this with that little farmhouse rim. Look how deep that dish is. Whoa, we've got this texture on one side. We've got this texture on the other side. Amazing. Okay, just wait, watch this. Okay, I gotta show you something because I did this after the fact and I didn't film it because I didn't. But I want to show you on here. Let me move this over. What I did after I flipped it, I thought I'm gonna try to make that into the little casserole thingy. And again, you can switch the lid around so you've got flowers, both dots. I liked it opposite because, you know, that's how I am. But look at, hold on, let me take this off. I'm trying not to move that around so much so I don't get it to crack. Can you see here? Here I am. Can you see? Whoops. It's hard to find my camera sometimes. Can you see all this texture around here? So what I did after I flipped it, but by the way, first, look at the shape. Look at the shape of this. How it, which hand is which? How it curves. Oh my gosh, it is the most gorgeous curve. If you are a heck of a good thrower, you could throw this curve, this exact size, to make a full set. I would never be able to do that. That's why I love these forms. Okay, but what I did right after I took that off is I thought, you know, I think I'm going to try to do this one as a lid. So I didn't want this just bare. So what I did was I took the rolling pin, because this was still very wet, held my hand under here and rolled the pin on it. These pins are so deep that I rolled the pin on it, and I got that light texture. Oh God, where's my camera? All around the edge, so that when I put the lid on, come back here, so that when I put the lid on, it's got some little bits of texture sticking out, and it's not just bone bare. So it worked, but you do have to hold your hand under there if it's real floppy. But it was it just was my own personal taste that I didn't want these edges bare. So it worked really good. All right, let's flip the top. Well, we have a dilemma. The dilemma is we need to take this off, and we have let me go back for a second. I showed you making this, and then I got the wild idea. Woo, the wild idea of putting a lid on this. How did this move? So when I decided to make it a lid, I decided I was going to put a little knob on there. And let me tell you, I didn't record it, but all I did was I took a ball of clay, leftover clay, wound it into a ball. And then I actually just took this block. I had that ball of clay right here on my table and just kind of smushed it with the block so that it was flat on top. And I simply stamped it. Shit, wrong way. I simply stamped it with the stamp that is the matching flower. These came in the Christmas in July box that matches this texture. And then that was pretty, but I thought there is so much going on with this texture that just that flower was a little boring. So all I did was I took this little wooden tool and I simply went around and went like this all the way around and created those little lines just to put a little more interest in it. And then I thought, oh, that looks really good, but this little top is still a little boring. So I just grabbed the ink pen and made sure I didn't have the little writing part out. And I simply just poked it all the way around 5 times. And that's what I got for the lid. And so the flowers match the flowers. And it gave it so much more interest. And again, a little wooden tool and a pen and the matching stamp is all I did for that. but I didn't film that part, so I wanted to explain what I had done on that and how easy those two forms, how easy it is or was to go. Let me go back to me. To do that. And remember, if I hadn't have put the knob on it, I could have had a nesting set of little dishes. So that was that. Flipped it. I think that's all of the videos. Let me double check real quick. Yeah. Well, we have a dilemma. The dilemma is we need to take this off, and we have a button on the top of this. And so what are we going to do about it? Well, we can do one of two things. You could actually do this and flip it and rest it on its button. But if you're like me, it'll probably fall. These, if you do it at the right time, can just pop this right off. You're still going to have to flip it to get the bottom side. So let me move this stuff out of my way and show you what I'm going to do here. Ooh. All right, I grabbed my foam, and I'm going to take, and I'm just going to flip this over and set it right in my foam. You could even take something, kind of drape around it to keep it from rocking, and then pull this right out. This way, you can get to fixing your outer edge. And again, I would really wait till this was more leather hard, but I'm just showing you. And I'll do more work on it when it's more leather hard. It's really soft right now. But look at how easy that is. Now, ideas for this, because you wonder, why did I put a button on the top of this? Here's why. I was trying to get tricky. I was trying to see that if I put that inside here, this is still really wobbly. So is this. And I can't hold it by that. It'll probably fall off. But I could set this inside here and have a little casserole or a little tray, whatever. And this lid can either be flowers both on one side, or this both on one side, or the opposites. So I'm going to let this set a little bit more so that I can then try to set this right here in this dish and see if I can make myself a lidded dish. Now, if it doesn't fit, I can take this lid that I made, and I could make a single form with my farmhouse template, and then it could be like a single plate with the farmhouse, and put this on the top so that it would be like a cheese, put a cheese ball under there for a party. All kinds of things you can do with these. So let's think about that. Okay, so there you have it. Again, if I had a backup plan, because this is an experiment. Oh my God, look at this experiment. How is that? Just too darn cute. I could have done the same knob, put two of them back to back and stood it and picked it up this way, which I think I would do next time because kind of looks like a little flying saucer up there right now. But it's too perfect. And if it had not fit, yes, Misty, that's exactly where I was going. This size is awful big for a butter dish that lid would be, but like a cheese ball and uh, little thing like that. If you do the big square things of butter, that would be perfect. But you could do all kinds of stuff with this. But this is what I did today. And again, do you like it? Put it in the comments down there. Would you do flowers and flowers, or would you do bubbles and flowers? Kind of like I did, since it separates. Which way would you do it? And I love that little button. All right. That's all I have. Be on the lookout for the Sassy Swoopers subscription box. Again, there will be our product. There could be tools. There could be personal things. We, as clay makers, typically run around. How many of you get up in the morning, do your hair, do your makeup, put on your jewelry, and go out in the shop or out in the studio to play in the mud? So this Sassy Swooper subscription box is going to be a personal experience for you as well. We take care of our kids, our house, our studios, our customers. Sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves, right? So this will be just every other month. You'll get this beautiful box full of who knows what you'll get. I'm going to try to keep each box with a theme. For instance, if I'm making a project for that, if that project in that box has, maybe I'm going to do slip casting. Not slip casting. I'm going to slip trailing. You never know. You might find a little slip trailer in there. All kinds of fun little stuff's going to be in there. So we will see you guys next Tuesday. And hopefully I will have the Create Facebook fixed. I'm going to sit here right now and try to do that. So if you see me go on live into Create, that means I got it fixed. So send me emails if you're interested in the Sassy Swoopers box, subscription box. Send me an email of things you would like to see maybe come in that box as an idea. So see you next week.